Oh, it doesn't sound too bad. Oh, if we could only maybe throw a vice grip on the throttle, because I think where is it? That's a throttle solenoid. So I think I'm gonna put a vice grips on that, see if we can't get some of the residual diesel to pop off, because that'd be cool. One thing I've noticed is a very peculiar coolant and exhaust system. Let's see if we can't zoom out anymore. No. Which must be with the cooling side. So I'll show you. This is our radiator. At least that's what I'm assuming. And below that we got the fan. So the engine is running. It's forcing air through the radiator. We have our coolant there, and then whatever is in that side. We have 2 or 4 hoses coming out of the radiator through the wall there. So first we have a little spigot to drain the coolant. Then we have this hose here that goes up to the coolant reservoir and also comes across into the water pump. This is the water pump right there. At least that's as far as I know. Then we have another line up here, which is capped off. On the other AC units I've been taking apart, that hasn't been capped off. That's been another line. And that goes to the coolant reservoir as well. Then this line here comes out of the radiator and into the exhaust. And then you look at the exhaust and go, that looks like a big mess. So we have this line going into the exhaust. We have this line coming back out, going into the water pump. This is 250 psi, like hydraulic hose almost, 3/8. And then on the other side of that, we must have some sort of solenoid or temperature probe or something. But water exhaust, or is that a massive heat exchanger that happens to have the exhaust go through the middle of it? Because also here we have another line that goes to the water pump. And then up here we also have another line, which as far as I can see is the coolant overfill line. Are we still pressurized up here after? Not really. So that doesn't make any sense. But anyways, the exhaust comes out through here, which is standard. And this here is just the water. Like if you get water in your exhaust, it drains out there. Or condensation maybe, I don't know. And then this is your flex pipe, goes into the exhaust, comes out the other side, and wraps around and goes out. So is it just a radiator with that straight pipe through the middle of it? And that's heat exchange? I might have to pull it apart and see. Turn the lights on in here. Let's see what we got. A big old mess of wires. Looks like stripped a few relays, maybe? Some loose plugs. Hour meter. 5,974. I highly doubt this is only 5,000 hours. see here. Major service, hours. I can read 4,796. One thing, it is heavy. Is this steel or is this aluminum? Let's take a magnet to that. Doesn't stick. I don't think it's aluminum, so either way, that's worth a lot more than steel is. We'll strip some of the parts, scrap it. Oh yeah, we got compression. Unless it's locked up in a certain spot. Yeah, we're good. I think we're good. So air cleaner down there, that's attached. Our muffler comes here. It goes there. Okay. Battery, 2020. That can't be too bad. What's this? That's frozen. That is a massive crankcase. So where do all these wires go? They all go down there. So this should still be a mechanical engine. It's not an air compressor brand. Bet you anything it's made for Kubota or Yanmar or something like that. Oh, I can't get in there. Do we have a start button here, presumably? Oh, hey, look at that. Our battery's got signs of life. See? Unit fail. Now why does it unit fail? Do we have a glow plug somewhere? We got a little bit of diesel in there still. I would say almost certainly we have an electronic issue somewhere. Well, it doesn't matter because I'm pretty sure this is a mechanical fuel rail engine. So we just touch the battery to the starter. It should pop off, but we'll probably strip it first. Pretty big tubing in there, actually. Manufactured by Yanmar. So it's a Yanmar TK270. 2-cylinder engine. Looks like we have a frozen operator's manual. Down the wire. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. So I guess we continue to strip it. So stripped it some more. Took the fuel pump off. Took the air box off. Let's zoom out here. There we go. Took the air box off. Think I'm gonna have to drain the coolant and engine oil. Well, engine oil, I'll drain it. I gotta block off that air intake, and I should put the nuts back on the exhaust. But overall, I'm not exactly sure how the air conditioning part works. I wonder if it's just an extra loop on the radiator. We'll find out. But yeah, this is all really heavy aluminum, and you can see why. Like this here, it's all rusting really bad, and this is inside covered. Like a lot of the steel bits, like the exhaust there, it's all rusting pretty good, but the rest of it's perfectly clean. So live a hard life, I guess. Missed a bunch of the fun. So I took the coolant lines off. I drained the coolant, and I might just reuse that because there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of sediment in the first jug anyways. I took off the fuel lines, dripped fuel all over the place, and I took the engine mounts out, the bolts out, so now we're loose. So now I'm just undoing some of the wires so that the whole thing will come free. I did not drain the oil, but if I should have done that, I'll just try to keep it upright for the most part. I think we're just going to cut that cable, because it's just wire. Well, let's see what we got here. This is a different layout than the other one. One thing I've noticed already is it's covered in rocks. There's... right out there. So it looks like exact same layout as the other one. More room though. Electric fuel pump. lot of wasted space there. Okay, battery goes there. What's this? It's a big battery clamp. An exhaust goes out there. Do we have a model? I can't read that, but it looks identical to the other one. Oh no. It's identical. No oil on it. That's not good. It's not a good first sign anyways. Will it turn? Oh yeah. It turns. Is that our air filter up there? Yeah, that's our air filter. The smaller one than the previous one. This one here also looks like it has a much smaller crankcase. And it's a nice handy valve pipe for. Yep, nice handy pipe for draining the oil. Not that there's much in there, I guess. We'll have to see if we can't get this one started too, but I'm gonna have to open up the back. The other one, the starter's junk, or the solenoid. I think the starter's junk, because I can get the solenoid to jump off, but no hour meter I can see on this one. Important warranty instructions. I was hoping for some maybe service records. Either way, we'll let it thaw. So we got another one. I attached the battery. It says 80% there. This little control unit seems to work. I can play around with the buttons. We're showing 654 hours. That's, unless it's rolled over a couple times, that ain't bad at all. And it's not really that dirty or rusty of an engine to say otherwise. So if we have 654 hours, I'm going to take that. I've moved the temp all the way down to see if I couldn't get it to auto start, because that's what it's supposed to do, but it hasn't. I undid some of the fuses. We are getting a flashing green light there, and someone has taken this fuse box off. I can't see any like any broken fuses. I went through the fuses. There's no broken wires as far as I can tell. So I don't know. I don't know what's up here. Maybe just need to run the heater in here unless it's like a no oil light. Let's see. Oh, it's this actually. Is that a block heater of some sort? I'm not sure. Where's our oil dipstick? Should be right here. We got lots of oil. No, I can't see where it goes. Okay, I'll grab that later after I can turn flashlight on. We should see if we have coolant, because I know it has a coolant sensor. Oh boy. So what's this other tank? We're over full. Don't know why that makes a difference. Pressurized coolant. We haven't heard a fuel pump come on, but it's got a warning somewhere. Alright, I'm gonna turn this off, figure out where it goes. So I took some of the covers off, turned it all back on again, checked all the fuses again. I can't see any loose wires, nothing. The only thing is I thought this was a plug, but apparently it's some sort of solenoid or servo motor. So I don't know what this controls, but obviously at some point someone thought that might be an issue. So I have no clue where that bolts up, somewhere in the back of the engine somewhere. Never mind this. This is the diesel. At least I think it is. Yeah, this goes into the fuel pump. But yeah, still blinking that LED light. We still have that little dash there. And I can hold all three, nothing happens. So I figured, let's jump it. So I have it into the whatever. Oh, it doesn't sound too bad. If we could only maybe throw a vice grip on the throttle, because I think where is it? That's a throttle solenoid. So I think I'm gonna put a vice grips on that, see if we can't get some of the residual diesel to pop off, because that'd be cool. Okay, I'm gonna turn that off. I'm not going to bother disconnecting the battery. So I assume it's auto off. It either shuts the fuel off or... So that holds it not all the way open, but partially open. No glow plugs or anything, so I doubt it's gonna turn on, but yeah, we will try. This is the most life I've gotten out of any of them. Let's see if I have any spray that might work. Okay, I'd probably try propane, but I don't have propane. So we'll try toothpaste. We're first gonna try some light oil, even just to get even just to get a little bit of lubrication in there, increased compression. try some brake clean. I don't want to just buy ether just for the sake of buying ether. But hey. We're going to try this again. Give the starter a break.
don't think we have anything quite potent enough to get things to pop off, so I think we'll leave it there. Where is our skid? Oh, we're still stock full of coolant. I don't think I drained it then. I thought I did. Well, that explains why we got coolant everywhere. Okay, well then we definitely need another container. I don't think we have another container. I gotta drink more apple juice. Okay, we might just call it quits. I'm glad I put that stiff beam up on top with the idea that I would use it for that sort of thing, because that made life a lot easier. Didn't have to lift the entire engine as much. Not that it weighs a whole ton, but not the smoothest, but we didn't drop it. So this here goes into the ejection pump. So I guess they're assuming that we have some sort of pump issue. Let's see. Don't think we'll bother videoing that. Not sure if you can see what I'm doing anyways. That's where we're at. So just have that one radiator hose to strip, and strip the plastic off this. We got a good chunk of, I don't know, 20 pounds of aluminum, and then we got our motor out. Not sure if you saw it, but it looked like this is a solenoid for the injector rail or something for the injector anyways. Obviously they think it had problems because it was taken out. So yeah, that's where we're at.